Good afternoon. I'm Robert Cunningham, the volunteer president of the Association to Preserve Cape Cod. We are a 5,000 member organization formed in 1968 to preserve, protect, and restore the pristine environment of Cape Cod. Pilgrim Nuclear Power Plant poses the gravest environmental threat in the history of our organization, which began in 1968. That's 47 years. So we're here today to reinforce the growing chorus of concerned organizations and citizens who are demanding that Pilgrim be carefully and safely shut down now, not in 4 more years. The long decommissioning of Pilgrim poses very serious continued risk to our future. But there's also the current damage our environment suffers right now on a daily basis. This is not a future risk, but a current reality. APCC in 2013 and 14 engaged in an exhaustive study of Pilgrim's negative impact on our environment. Our published study contains 5 compelling reasons to shut Pilgrim down as soon as possible. I highlight 3 of those grave current concerns, not future concerns. The first is the plant leaks radioactive materials into groundwater abutting Cape Cod Bay. In December 2013, levels of tritium in the groundwater next to the bay were the highest levels ever recorded, substantially exceeding EPA drinking standards. Pilgrim's once-through seawater cooling system kills thousands of commercially important fish and destroys hundreds of millions of fish eggs and larvae annually, not over 20 years, annually. At least 91 species of fish are impacted daily and continually. In effect, energy must consider Cape Cod Bay to be their free sushi market. Finally, Pilgrim's discharge of heated seawater back into Cape Cod Bay increases the thermal burden and stress on fish, wildlife, and marine ecosystems. That discharge poses an unacceptable risk to the environment. Each day Pilgrim operates, the plant further undermines the health of our environment. This is daily damage, not future risk. So it always bears reminding ourselves, as every speaker here today has done, when nuclear failures happen and the ensuing catastrophic harm spans generations, not simply years. That damage, if it occurs, would make Cape Cod a wasteland. Second, plant shutdown begins, of course, doesn't end, a new and still dangerous decommissioning phase that we have all addressed. Without serious, the Pilgrim cooling system will have to function safely and without serious unplanned shutdowns, at least for the next 10 years, but probably a lot longer, until the spent storage fuel assemblies have been moved from wet pool to dry casket storage. That is, if they ever get moved into dry casket storage. And finally, let's not kid ourselves. Energy's closure announcement is not driven by a tough market for electricity, but by very grave safety concerns. Even if Pilgrim generated power with a famous, quote, "too cheap to meter," unquote, the kilowatts produced would still be watts that could kill. In summary, the NRC should insist that Pilgrim shut down now, well before the plant's refueling cycle in 2017. Any other course irresponsibly and unnecessarily sustains ongoing environmental damage and multiplies the high risk to our lands and livelihoods and our precious waters. Thank you.